So we're going to see. What I'm going to do is this runs about 90 seconds slow. This is Hey, good afternoon, everyone. This is Wilson Live, and we're coming to you ready to go. Football team's finishing up here, and game time is 7:30. Coming to you a little bit later than we normally are because basically football team is getting like an hour practice time after all the games and everything that were taking place on the field regular time. So with that in mind, we've got several new people here working the game, and wanted to make sure they felt comfortable with the equipment and talking and announcing. And you know, the big here we got. Ooh, that one's out of bounds. That's an ultimate term, right?
Cool.
All right. There's pull.
Yeah.
That's an ultimate term. You score points.
Correct.
And there can be. Is there fouls?
Yeah.
But you self-call fouls, right? Like there's no officials. They have people called watchers. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
And they can sort of keep it moving. So help me out with the rules, gentlemen. Game is to 15. So first team to get to 15 wins. Is that correct? Okay. So and what happens? Do you have to win by 2, or you just win by 1? Ooh. Oh, sudden death. Did any of you guys watch the field hockey game today?
I did not.
Wilson won in overtime. 30 seconds in. Oh, it's quite a sudden death. Golden goal. It was actually quite exciting. Of course, there was absolutely no sound. But I got the video. So you didn't get to hear the explosion on the field as the score was the score was made, as the goal was scored. And anyway, it was quite exciting. So maybe something exciting like that. I mean, there's no OT in this game. And has a match ever? Are we looking at we're playing Walls here now? What do you guys know about the Walls team?
Not much. I'm
Is it? It's a rivalry game, kind of, right? Yeah. So since it's a rivalry game, I'm going to go ahead. This is a little bit more interesting. Where are the girls? Oh, they're on the bleachers. Woo, woo, woo. They're getting changed. Okay, no camera on that. Let's go ahead and introduce ourselves. I'm Coach Thompson. I'm here to make this easier for everyone.
I'm Eli. I'm a junior. I'm a junior.
I'm Josh. I'm a junior.
I'm Megan. I'm a sophomore.
Very nice. That was challenging. And so we want you to subscribe. So while we're waiting for this game to get started, if you haven't skipped over it already, go ahead and like and subscribe. It always helps us out. And we're looking to become more of a part of the community, and liking and subscribing allows us to become part of your everyday life. All right, we're going to go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and silence it for a while. Take a break. And when we see people start to move, we will bring the sound back up, and you'll know what's going on. All right.
Welcome to the broadcast of the Wilson Ultimate Girls game. We're going to hear their cheer now. Great cheer from Wilson there, really going to get him energized for the game ahead. It's good to see. Good to see some energy. We have a look at the Walls team over here, doing their thing. It's a beautiful night out. Beautiful summer, almost fall. What season is it now, gentlemen? We'll call it a crisp fall night. If my cameraman will pan over, we'll see the starting lineup for Wilson. You know, this year has been really good for recruitment at Wilson. Ton of new players. Biggest team I have ever seen, both boys and girls. It's really good to see. We're going to have a lot of good development over the next few years. All right, we have both teams on. So if you're not sure how Ultimate Frisbee works, we'll give you a quick rundown. It's going to be a game to 15 points. Time is not really a factor. 7 players on the field for each team. There is no real positions. You usually have some players that are mainly throwing the disc and some players that are mainly receiving the disc. There are fouls, but they are decided amongst the players. There are no referees. The field will be... looks like the far hash marks to the near football sideline. And that should just about sum it up. We'll clarify the rules if need be, if there's a situation where that arises.
Wilson will be starting on defense here, going against Walls on the offense.
We have Margot with the pull. And it's a beautiful night for Ultimate. Great pull. We have the temperature right now seems to be 73 degrees with winds of 5 miles an hour to the east. Great conditions. Don't want it too windy. This can go very unpredictable. And Wilson gets a turn. Great start. Absolutely magnificent start for them. Could not have asked for anything better. Margot Neeson picks up the disc. Looks to advance it down the field. She sees. Oh, good throw. Good idea. Really good cut. Wilson's back on defense now. Looking to get another turn. Good catch for number 76. Looks to reset it. Great reset. Nothing open downfield. Looks there. Ooh, very close from Juliet, but could not get her arms on it. Great defense so far from Wilson. Swings it out. Good catch. And they throw it long. It's a beautiful disc. Right to him. Seems to be out of bounds, however. Tough break for Walls. Seems like a perfect throw. Just tailed a little too far out of bounds. Wilson will look to capitalize. However, they are down near their own end zone. So they got to get it off there. We got a first cut from Wilson. Doesn't seem to be there. She looks to clear. Beautiful. Oh, and that is a great throw. Just a little out of her reach. Great idea from Margot Neeson. One of this team's two captains, her and Lily Frankel, who is now on the sideline. Great defense, absolutely swatted. Get that out of here. Good job. That's what you like to see. Wilson looks to push it down the field. Nothing open there. Great throw. Great catch. And another one. 2 in a row for Wilson. Let's make it 3. Oh, just off the fingertips. Wilson's been showing some signs of improvement over this past point. Really getting it down the field well. A little out of her reach. This will be about the 47-yard line for Wilson. They'll look to make it about 30-something yards in order to score their first point of the game. Margot signals for cuts to unfold. Nothing seemingly is open. The reset is very crisp. Perfectly executed. Laney looks for anything that's open. Great turn for Walls. She throws it up. That should just be a little bit out of the reach, unfortunately. He also remained carrying the Wilson's back on offense on their own, on the far sideline, on their own 25-yard line. Great cut by Delaney. Got open of that defender and caught it with conviction. Good reset as well. Looks for the continuation. We have multiple people running over there. Beautiful cut. Beautiful cut. And another one. Oh, that's what you want to see, though. That's some great movement from Wilson. My good friend Dave Oles would be very proud of that. Dave Oles, of course, the coach of the boys team. Don't know if he's here right now, but that is a good time to bring up the coach of the girls team on the sideline right now is Coach Kelly. Great coach. Really commands this team. Wilson's disc right now, looking to move it down the field. Been quite a long first point. Players definitely have that endurance to keep going. Oh, and that's a great throw. Just out of her reach. Wilson will look to get it back on defense. Great defense. Nothing seems to be open. Big throw down the field. Perfectly placed. And Walls has numbers. Great defense from Wilson. Great defense. Absolutely splendid. Couldn't have drawn it up any better.
Walls was a little choked up there with 3 handlers down the field, which is not typically what you want in a stack.
Thank you, Gabe. Wilson will look to form their stack very nicely. A stack is that big clump of people you'll see in the middle, almost like a line up the field. That is there so we can create space for the people trying to catch it. And that's a big, what a catch by Juliet in traffic between 2 people. She seems to catch everything that's thrown at her. Oh, good defense from Walls. Ran right through it.
Good look by Juliet for that reset.
And a timeout is called on the first point of the game. It's a bold move. Each team does have 2 timeouts in the half. Gotta know when to use those. Walls thinks it's a great time to use it now.
A long point like this, timeout can be useful.
One of Wilson's big advantages is that they have many more people on this team. They have almost 30 people this year, possibly more. Walls, by my count, seemingly has 10, maybe 11 people. It will definitely play a big role tonight. Frisbee is a lot of running, and you have to be conditioned in order to keep going throughout this game, especially when you only have 10, 11 people. You're playing every point.
7 people on each point on each team.
You're playing every point, every other point for 2 hours. That's a lot of running.
It's a lot of running, especially for the captains, who will typically be played a lot more.
Yeah. Hope everyone's night's going well. If you're just tuning in, the score is 0-0. We're still on the first point. Long first point. Pretty uncharacteristic of an Ultimate game. 0-0, like I said. Crisp night, 73 degrees. Winds of just 5 miles an hour, which is perfect for an Ultimate game. Anything more and that disc will start to fly in ways that you do not want it to. Sideways, upside down. Walls seems to be setting something up coming out of their timeout. They'll look to advance the Frisbee about 40 yards, give or take. Great to see some support from both teams. I see some Walls boys that are also here, and we also have some Wilson boys down in the end zone, perfecting their craft, of course. So coming out of a timeout, the rule is that the offense gets to set their team first. So the offense will set up completely. And then after that, when the offense is all set, the defense will match up however they want. They can run some special trick plays if they want to try to get some very nice coverage, or they can just keep it normal. But expect Walls to run a play off this. Could be very beneficial towards them. We got Marcus on the field in his signature pajama pants.
A reminder that Marcus is not on the girls' team, as he's on the boys' team, should not be on the field right now.
Yeah, hate to see it. Seems to be a normal looking formation for Walls. Stack's a little close, maybe 5 or 6 yards.
Could indicate a deep cut.
Seemed to be open there, but handler did not throw it. Takes that throw instead. Number 76 is really racking up those receptions. Good reset. We'll look for a continuation. Right to her. Oh, and great defense. Sticks that arm up. She couldn't even see it. She has eyes in the back of her head, Gabe.
Truly a special ability she has there.
That's why she was one of this team's most valued players.
Absolutely.
Very deserving captain.
Great look, great cut.
Walls will pick it up on the 32-yard line. Look to advance it down the field on this very long point. At this point, it's kind of a willpower. You have players that have been playing for nearly 10 minutes at this point, and it's really about that endurance, really about pushing through and really just willing your way through this point.
The throws and the cuts can lose extreme quality on these stamina-based points.
We got a turn. Absolutely magnificent. Wilson will look to advance it.
We've got another boy, which is probably off camera, in the end zone of this game. Unfortunately, it's not quite in a great spot there, playing football.
We look for, great fill from Delaney. Just like Wilson practices so many times.
That fill is really crucial for a good reset sequence.
Also, if you're interested in practicing,
great continuation.
If you're interested in practicing with this Wilson team and getting some valuable playing time in, really fun sport, Oh, and it's Deed. If you're looking to join this team, it's a really good opportunity. Come down. Practices are on Mondays at 7 for boys and for just boys. Wednesdays at 3:45 for girls and boys, and Fridays, great D, Fridays at 3:45 for girls and boys as well. Or you can find Mr. Besser in the hallways, wherever he might be, and ask him about it, because it's a really fun sport, really good opportunity. Great community we have here, and a good throw.
Fantastic throw.
Oh, and she got her hand on it, just slipped off the fingertips. Great throw, great cut. Nothing more you can really ask, just the finish. The plus side of any deep cut that is not completed, they have it on their own goal line, which means that if Wilson gets one stop here, they're goal to go. They need 10 yards and they're in. So Wilson really looks for some good defense here. Good cut, number 76. I think that is her 4th reception of the game, and it's only the first point. She is playing terrifically.
76 seems to be a star cutter on the Walls team.
Oh, great catch, and the throw. It's a little curvy.
It's a little bit of a bladed throw there.
But it still works. They're running the field, and a turn. Went a little too fast for their own good. Just a little bit.
Those bladed throws are harder to catch, but if they get the yardage they need, it can still be beneficial.
Margot taps the disc in, looking for some yardage, and she's got someone
what a
wide
great
open.
throw.
Great catch.
Great side throw.
That's one of our seniors, Nava. Oh, and another great throw. Wilson is doing absolutely terrific movement. Unfortunately, they turn it over on about the Walls' 27.5-yard line. Every yard matters. The handler yells out to her team. And it's in the air. That is for the taking, and it falls to the ground. This point has been going on 15 to 20 minutes now. It is really quite spectacular. Great defense from both teams. Oh, we might have an injury.
That can typically happen on these longer points. Really unfortunate to see. Seems to be one of the girls players on the Wilson team has an injury.
That's Delaney, unfortunately.
Got a girl on the Walls team coming off too.
Wilson will look to take this break as they need. Get some valuable breaths of air in before they're back to running. Thank you all for joining us on this beautiful Tuesday night. No points so far. 0-0 score.
A really nice fall evening in DC here with 73 degrees and 5-mile-per-hour winds.
Oh, and it's up there, but just falls down. Our cameraman cannot believe it.
Humidity of 68%, which is, for DC, not too bad.
Wilson will look to pin them inside their own 10-yard line. Get one of those valuable end zones that we always dream of.
Those end zone calls can be really crucial.
It's up in the air. Oh, just a little over her head. Looks to reset it.
Great reset.
Good hands. Good hands from number 33. Oh, and then another amazing catch. Looks to throw it a little bladey, but that's in the end zone for Walls.
That was truly a beautiful play by Walls there.
Good movement from Walls. Gabe, walk him through it.
Well, we started off with a great reset throw, and it continued up. Great looks for those continuation throws, right upfield, right up line, heading up, 2 throws up, right into the end zone. I mean, that's really good ultimate right there. Not
what Wilson envisioned for their first point. The good thing about Ultimate, though, is it is first to 15, not first to 1. So they have 14 more points to bounce back, and I'm sure they will.
The score is now 1-0 Walls.
Correct. And just a reminder that Walls will be in the black jerseys over here, and across the way we will have Wilson in the white jerseys.
Walls will be pulling the disc,
Walls will be pulling, so we will move the
which
camera
means
back.
that Wilson will be starting on offense and Walls will be on defense for this point.
Walls sideline, small but mighty. You see Julius Cohen over there. They seem to be very happy with the result of that last point.
Walls and Wilson assembling their lines here, picking who they're going to match on this point. Can be a little bit of a time-consuming process, but worth it for the performance on the field.
Wilson appears to have a brand new line on the field. After a point like that, you really need to get those fresh legs in.
Walls is about to pull, it seems.
And here we go on the second point. Great pull.
It's going to land at about the 40-yard line.
That is a very good pull. This point is led by Captain Lily Frankel. This is her senior season, looking really to make a big splash this year.
The handlers seem to be Lily and Liberty.
Liberty sees nothing open, resets
reset.
it, and a great catch. Wrangles that in.
Oh, great.
Great throw and catch.
It was a fantastic cut. Absolutely no defender on her.
Sorry about the noise, folks. Duty calls. Walls at the disc.
Nothing but respect for those first responders.
And a turn from Walls. A little too much mustard on that thing. Lily Frankel. And there's another one, folks.
Must be quite the large.
Wilson's really got that mentality to overcome the noise.
Must be all the fire plays on the field that are creating all these fire plays.
Oh, I love that one game. School without walls looking to advance to this. Looking to reset it. Doesn't seem to be there.
Oh.
And finds it on the second effort.
A second effort on that reset.
Oh, great D! Slapped it out of there.
Absolutely cataclysmic.
No
for Walls
remorse for the
defense.
disc.
Wilson's now heading in really close to the end zone here. Could get a point.
Oh, and this seems to be a special little thing that they drew up.
A set play, you could call it. An end zone play.
It could be an isolation
Great
game.
upline cut.
Oh, so close from Liberty.
It did seem to be an isolation play, where they isolate one player to cut in the end zone.
Just like basketball, folks. Just like basketball.
Similarly to basketball.
Wilson will look to pin him here. Despite not scoring, they have him very far down in their own Oh, great one-handed catch.
We got a deep cut from the Walls team. Did not come to fruition.
Oh, another great catch.
What a snag.
Oh, but a little too far over her head.
Seemed to be a tad too high there. Just because it's going back to our trusty captain.
Of course, of course. Oh, great defense. Put her body in the way of the disc.
Great cut. Great cut by Wilson, but defense just a little bit too strong on that one.
And a little out of her reach. This seems to be changing hands quite a few times at this point.
These teams seem to be pretty evenly matched, saying that these points are going on as long as they are. Which means we're going to have a great game of Ultimate tonight.
Of course. Oh,
Great
magnificent catch. Extended those
Look for that
arms.
continuation. Oh, didn't come to
Claps
fruition.
firmly with those fingers. Oh, great defense, unfortunately. Wilson will look to play defense here. Get that disc back.
You can see Walls here setting the stack a bit close to the
Just doesn't see
handlers.
anything she likes. Looks for that upline cut, and it falls. Might have gotten tipped by Liberty. Great defense on both sides. And we have another ambulance, folks. That'll be passing by. Wilson will look to continue their movement down the field.
What seemed to happen on that Walls play was the stack was a bit too close to the handlers.
Not enough space.
Can cause some congestion, and that is really just not great for the offense. Makes it really easy for the defense.
Wilson will look to continue. Great upline
Great
cut.
upline. That's the great resets that our great coaches have taught us to do.
Another great reset.
The stack's a
Great catch. Oh, and she's free. Oh, great defense from Walls.
As opposed to the last play on Walls where the stack was too close, Wilson had the stack set a little bit too far away, which can make those throws really difficult. I heard the captain commenting on that on the field there.
If you can see in the bottom of your screen, we have some great supporters with their signs, really showing love for this Wilson team. Good to see it. Disc is up in the air, and it's a turn. You know, with the added members of this team, we really have seen a very large group of fans this year, and it's been really nice. A lot of energy during the games, including that dog there.
Dog is barking words of encouragement on the sideline there.
Most certainly. Look to reset it. Beautiful reset. Couldn't have done it better myself.
Great cut. Oh, didn't quite see it. Another great cut.
Oh.
Great cut, great throw. Just sometimes they'll slip right by you.
Nothing there on that cut. Great defense from Wilson. Oh, and some more great defense. Wilson has it with about 30 yards to go.
The disc's been sitting by the 50-yard line
Really?
for quite some time now.
Quite a long time.
Wilson's been pushing it towards the end zone quite a bit more, which is good for the Wilson team, of course.
Oh, just off the fingertips. Really good cut, really great throw. Liberty yells out the force with conviction. One of the most important things on defense is that you know that force. The boys team actually has a rule, in fact, that if you don't know it, you're sprinting 20 yards, there and back. It really hammers it home.
Yep. And it is those returners and captains' responsibility to make sure everyone understands the force so you can play some great defense. That can really make or break a point.
Hard pump fake from Walls.
Great defense by Liberty in the...
Oh, it just slips right between the two. Can't do much about that, Gabe.
Yep, Walls did lose some yards on that one, though.
Oh, thought she got her hand on it just a little off, but it is over the head.
Good
There's
throw.
a dog barking.
Good throw. Cutter couldn't quite get up to it. We do have a lot of students and parents showing support here, as well as some furry friends, which you love to see. Sideline seems to be getting amped.
Julius Cohen, one of the boys' captains on the Walls team. Good friend from Wilson. From Deal, excuse me. And they look to push it down. Great throw.
Open cutter.
Great throw.
Continuation.
Our Shan is there. Oh, unfortunately, just falls at her feet. Shan, of course, one of our fellow commentators, did last night's game
For the boys' team.
I was very fond of her work. Really did a great job.
That was some great cuts there.
And it was a great cut there as well.
That throw unfortunately bladed, which makes it really hard to catch. But it was a great look, a great cut. Good ultimate.
It's up in the air, and it falls. Great D from Wilson. Liberty taps it in over the head to make sure everyone knows that it's in, so the cuts can formulate. Good reset. Really crisp throws. Looks for someone downfield. Doesn't seem to be anyone there. Now looks for the reset.
Great reset.
Liberty really so shifty. Can get past that defender almost every time.
Liberty with some strong pump fakes here, throwing off a defender. And
Just a little bit too close to the defender for that one. Got swatted down.
Walls team reassembling on their own line. Again, a very long point, and it turns into a stamina game again here, Eli. And what typically happens in these stamina games?
Well, Gabe, it's really about that conditioning, that work you put in practice. Turn from Walls there.
Yep.
It's really about the conditioning and work you put in. At Wilson, when we're practicing, we always want to make sure that we are running hard in practice. When we're running, we run to go get water, we run to do everything, and that's to make sure that you're ready for these types of situations in the games. Because as we see, it pays off. Great catch there. Only about 15 yards away. Can't rush it here though, Gabe. Goes up in the air.
Up in the air.
And Liberty catches it for the score. Absolutely incredible.
Fantastic play.
Absolutely incredible catch from Liberty. Seemed to be there for anyone who wanted it. She plucks it out of the air. Josh, walk us through it.
Well, just a great play by Wilson. Got a nice throw to the end zone to Liberty, and Wilson made it count.
There was really some great movement there. Some of the best throws and catches in Ultimate come off those other throws. So we're looking for a swing, and then it's right there on the side. Absolutely beautifully done.
And something interesting about that catch right there and that assist there is those loftier throws. Typically, taller players do have the benefit, and Liberty, being one of the faster yet shorter players on the team, being a handler, was still able to take advantage and catch that.
Really quite interesting.
Very, very impressive, and it shows that she's truly a great ultimate player.
Scores knotted up at 1-1. Really good job from Wilson, making sure to tie that score up. Don't want to let it get too far out of their reach.
Game has been about 40 minutes long. Wilson, Walls, 2 points scored. And, a low-scoring affair here.
Great point from Wilson again. Looking to continue that success. Great enthusiasm from Wilson. In Frisbee, in Ultimate Frisbee, we do something called split sidelines, and that is where half the team goes on one sideline, half the team goes on the other. Haven't really seen that in many sports, but it is a great way to split your team enthusiasm up and make sure that people on both sides of the field are getting good coaching and good motivation.
Yep, absolutely.
Wilson will be pulling the disc from down where they scored. Margaret seems to be pulling. She seems also to be setting up the team, making sure everyone knows their assignments.
Wilson will be starting on defense here with Walls on offense. Score is 1-1. 2 very long points here. About 20 minutes each.
Yeah, Walls is looking to bounce back after a rough point. Very long point, around almost 15-20 minutes. Looking to get started with a good offensive possession.
Wilson kindly asks Walls to hold line. That essentially means that they are moving around just a little bit too much, Gabe, and they really need to stand still so Wilson can get their defensive assignments on.
Yeah, it's very important that both teams hold line, so especially the defensive team can find a matchup going into the point.
Wilson again making sure they know their defensive assignments.
These assignments are crucial.
They really are.
Strong defense, making sure everyone has an even matchup, and also just figuring out things such as the force, which are incredibly important.
Ultimate is really the true team game, because if
Yes.
one person does not complete their assignment on defense, it can lead to the whole thing breaking down. So you really need everyone coming together and forming that really good defense.
See the girls' coach, Kelly, down on the sideline telling everyone to hurry up here, preparing for the pull.
Reminder to
Ball is
folks at
coming
home, the score is 1-1, all knotted up.
Oh, and a great pull from
pull.
Margaret. That'll roll as well.
Landing right about the 40-yard
Right around
line.
the 40.
Typically
Couldn't
the
have
distance we've
asked
seen
for
these-
anything better.
Typically the distance we've seen these pulls at this game, landing around the 40.
Oh, and that's some good defense on the mark. Unfortunately, gets right by her arm.
Seems to be no one quite on that mark there.
Great job swinging those arms. And a big throw. It's
Big
up in the
throw.
air. Who will get it?
Coming right.
Great read by Walls. We'll see if Wilson can turn it around. Stop him. Goal line stand.
Resetting there, losing quite a bit of yards.
Lost a few yards there.
Still could be crucial to hold that stall low.
That stall is getting up there, so he'll have to look to reset it.
No reset quite coming in there. 3 handlers in there now.
Oh, and it's caught for Walls in the corner of the end zone. Overall, pretty good D from Wilson. Fortunately, that throw, lofting up in the air, just a little bit out of the defender's reach.
A much faster point compared to the past two, bringing the score to 2-1 Walls. Still
Really
very
good
close
position
game.
there by Walls. Got a nice deep throw to finish it off and stayed calm and collected in the end zone
Yeah,
to lead to the quick point.
those handlers really need to stay calm when it comes to the end zone. And oh my God, that is a massive truck coming by. We've had quite the
For our
unfortunate.
automobile enthusiasts, that is really something great to see. That is actually very large. Also, if you look in the corner of the bottom of your screen, you'll actually see the same Wilson lineup as last point
Interesting.
coming on.
those
so
quicker
they're
points.
hungry for more, as they were not able to secure that point, but they'll look to secure this one.
Those shorter points where stamina is still high, especially on a team this size, could be beneficial to run the same line again. So coming to this point. But as I was saying earlier, it is important for the handlers to stay cool, calm, and collected, especially towards the end zone, making sure they're not making any rash decisions, making sure there's quality throws and quality looks from the handlers there, which is what Walls was able to do. Walls will be pulling now this point, putting them on defense and Wilson on offense.
As Walls did score that last point, they will be pulling. A pull refers to a kickoff, as you might know it in football. where the team throws it off down the field, ready for that next offensive play.
We've typically been seeing about 35-yard pulls from Wilson, or I think both teams actually, coming from this side here, landing about the 40-yard line. We'll see where that comes from this point.
And there goes the pull from Walls. It'll land at about the 43-yard line. Walls will look to advance at about 40, maybe 45 yards.
Wilson will be looking very good.
Wilson, thank you, Gabe. 2 cuts go down the field simultaneously, not there, not enough space.
Oh.
Defender runs through the disc, seemingly knocking it out of her hands. Really great defense from Walls there. Walls will look to advance it up the field. A defender seemingly free, but she unfortunately drops it.
We've unfortunately lost our furry friends on the sideline here. We had 2. Either are down to 1 or 0. I cannot find them.
Margaret with the disc. Sees no one open.
Oh.
Throws it into traffic. Walls seems to have some tempo. Oh, amazing throw from Walls. She'll look to get it, and it's caught. That is 2 points in a row for her.
Oh my God.
And it's in.
Great play by Walls.
That was impeccable.
Beautiful.
An impeccable play there from Walls. A nice curved throw going into the end zone.
So what happened there again is just a deep throw beating Wilson again, unfortunately. Down the field, and really great defense. Not much separation, but it's really about reading that disc, and Walls, with maybe a tad bit of wind, just saw it, tailed a little bit, and caught it perfectly. Really not much you can do there if you're Wilson.
We now do have a furry friend here on
Oh,
the
yes.
sideline, which I'm very excited about personally. But I'll bring the attention right back to the game, as that is our focus.
Score is now 3-1, just a reminder. Thank you all for joining us tonight. Beautiful night out. Great night for some ultimate frisbee.
Walls will be pulling again, putting themselves on defense, Wilson on offense. I think the score is now 3-1 Walls. Still quite a close game. We can see how Wilson will be bringing themselves back from this 2-point lead by Walls.
Walls will be pulling again. Score is 3-1 now. Really not much Wilson could have done about the past 2 points. Very similar in nature. Both deep throws over the defender's head, caught perfectly. Not much defense can do, really. Simply a great throw.
Walls setting up for their pull here. Again, we've been looking at about 30 to 40
Here we
yard
go.
pulls. Wow!
Great work from our cameraman capturing that. Disc is really moving fast.
Splendid pull there by Walls. About, I think, 45 to 50 yards there.
Really nice. One of the best ones of the night, in fact.
I think it might have been the furthest pull this night, which is really great. Oh,
That's great defense. But
Wilson's
Wilson's really got to get back and play defense. Keep those chins up.
Very important on those turns for the defense to set
Oh,
up
and it's up
quickly.
in the air again.
Oh,
She
no.
seemingly get free. Will she catch it?
Oh.
And it drops to the ground. Wilson really catches a break there.
Luckily for Wilson, they were not able to complete that catch. Now Wilson has to set up right on their end zone. This is a tough point for Wilson here, having to come back all the way from the end of their end zone.
However, one big throw can change the nature of this point.
Absolutely, and our handlers...
And we have seen that before.
Our handlers totally have the sauce to pull those throws together.
Oh, and it goes down. "15 yards to go for Wallace to punch it in and make it 4-1. Oh, and she's seemingly free. Will she secure the catch? She will.
Great looking throw by Wallace there.
Very good looking throw. I have not seen many throws that have been off target for them tonight. Really seem to have the fundamentals down.
That'll bring the score to 4-1, School Without Walls. Walls will be pulling again, putting themselves, as I repeat, on defense.
Walls up 4-1 now. However, just to remind, they only have 11 players. With all this recruitment being done by Wilson, they will definitely have some great endurance with all those players.
The wind speeds have actually gone down by 1 mile per hour, down to 4 miles per hour, and the humidity has gone up by 1% to 69%. We're sitting at a nice 73 degrees Fahrenheit. A fire truck coming up here, which is, we've seen many of them tonight. Again, for those automobile enthusiasts, quite an exciting night.
Wilson getting some players over there for those split sidelines. Good to see.
Both teams have been playing very hard this game, and I'm excited to see this point come out.
Wilson will be starting on offense this point.
Wilson likes to repeat a mantra to themselves that the score is always 0-0.
Good point, good
As
point.
to not let themselves get too cocky and also disparaged by
A differential in the score.
Absolutely, absolutely. So hopefully Wilson will be able to hold themselves to that mantra tonight and persevere.
Another very nice pull.
Landing right about at the 40-yard line
It will
again.
curl back a little, give Wilson a few extra yards to work with.
Really some consistent pulls from Walls overall, landing around the 40-yard line.
Disc is tapped in from the Lily. Oh, and it's a big throw.
That's a big
Shan
throw.
seems to be free.
Yes!
Comes down with it.
It's an
Can she
absolutely
keep her
magic-
poise down near the goal line?
She can keep her
She's
cool.
looking around.
Fantastic reset. If Wilson can keep their cool here, we can see a great point playing off.
Looks for the throw. It's up in the air. Can she high point it? Oh, just a little off. Really good throw from Lily Frankel to get them all the way down there.
At last, though, they're being a little bit too lofty.
Walls a look to throw it
It's a big
downfield.
throw.
However, the cutter didn't seem to be looking. Words of encouragement from the sidelines. That can really make or break a point. That little bit of enthusiasm that you have from your fellow teammates, from
Absolutely.
your fans, from your coaches. Another great cut from Shan Shan.
Shan Shan been pulling out these great cuts and
Just a little bit behind her. Not a bad throw.
more encouragement from the sideline here. keep the merit up.
Disc is in. Looks
Ooh,
to cut
deep cut from
deep.
Will-
She seems to be open. However, handler
letting
not
go.
confident with that throw. Great defense.
Great defense.
Really swatted it down, make sure no one besides her cutter could get that. No one behind her with that second effort. Lily Frankel will look to pick it up down at the end zone. Wilson can really make this a game here. Sees no one open. Sees someone open now. Very close. Mere yards away from the end zone. Looks to put it in. She seems to be open, and that's
Wow.
a point for Lily Frankel. Great cut.
Great play there from Lily. Starting off with a disc, throwing it to about a yard off the end zone there, and finishing it off, catching it right in the end zone with the defender miles away from
And now, Gabe, that really all started with the defense, preventing that from getting too far down, so then they can come back with mere yards and score.
Absolutely, absolutely. That defensive play was completely crucial to that point there.
Just like football, if you can get an interception within 20, 30-yard line, you can get that in very quick.
An absolute first
Really
class
great
play from Wilson there. Both teams seem to be assembling in a circle here. It would be halftime.
All right, folks, that seems like it's going to be halftime with the time reaching 8:30. I have another hour of Ultimate for you. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back to you. In the meantime, you can watch some of these Wilson boys play some moss, it seems like. So, we'll see you in a bit. Thank you for watching.
Wilson just came in there with their cheer, starting off the second half of the game. Score is 4-2. Walls in the lead here.
If you're just tuning in, been a great game so far. Score 4-2 in favor of Walls. Had a lot of high-powered offense, but it's really been a defensive game. Really been a defensive battle. Been some points of excess of 20 minutes.
Yes, which really brings it to a stamina game, which can, as you lose stamina, not only does your speed decrease, but the quality of those throws can really decrease as you get tired, which makes it very tough game of Ultimate for both teams.
Walls seems to be pulling, and that is because of the half. That is not because they were the ones
Wilson actually
to have just right. It's just because of the half. So Wilson can actually bring it within one here.
Wilson can bring it within one. That would be quite large for the team. See the pull coming off from Walls here.
Really good pull again. Wow, that could be even better than her last one.
Absolutely lofty.
Margaret will look to pick up the disc. Rigby will be her reset.
Great cut.
Oh, great throw. And she comes back. Nava,
Yes!
great catch.
That was a fantastic,
Bobbling catch.
fantastic cut and catch there. Wilson good.
She's looking for the reset. Doesn't quite have it. And it's a turn.
About a 20-yard throw, I believe. Quite a far throw.
Yeah, very nice.
School without Walls going deep here.
Doesn't seem to be open.
Oh, what a snag by Walls.
Good job from Rigby getting over there.
Oh,
She seems to have took it from her. Wilson didn't even realize, but now they're on offense, going down the field with an opportunity to score.
don't really know the...
Margaret has to come back across her body. Couldn't quite snag it. Those things, when you're going across from where they're thrown, very hard to catch.
Incredibly difficult.
And this time she does take the open look, unfortunately.
Interception.
Taken from Wilson. Very nice job. Resets it beautifully as well.
Margaret now on the disc.
Pump fakes
Great
her
cut.
in. And a great catch from
Fantastic
Nava.
throw, fantastic catch, fantastic cut. Great ultimate.
Good reset as well to Margaret.
Seems to be one handler down the field right now. Really good use of
And
fill.
Rigby comes back to Phil. Couldn't corral it, unfortunately.
Good fill by Rigby.
Wilson will look to get defense, and there's someone running down the field very deep. She looks to get there. Oh, it's just a tad wide of her.
And did actually land out of bounds there.
Right. Don't know if she could have even caught it if she caught up to it.
Need a bit of a toe drag to get one of those. Ooh, what a snag.
Great catch.
Right on the end zone. or
Making
on
sure to
the-
get those feet in.
Right on the sideline there.
Good
Typically,
reset as well.
Good swing right off the sideline. It's crucial to get off the sideline. And
Oh, and we look for the second effort, and perfect. Got by the original target, but we are right there to snag it.
Great throw.
Great throw. Just a little off. She runs deep again. They love those deep targets. This time it seems to be out of bounds.
Widely out of bounds there for Walls, unfortunately.
Right.
Walls has been doing a lot of deep cuts.
They've been open, Gabe,
They've been open.
but those throws are really what seals the deal.
Yeah.
And so far they have not been able to get those. Margaret yells out, disc in, letting her cutters know to cut. And it goes past two. Seems to be a little bit of a miscommunication there, nothing more. Will they cut deep yet again? They will. And this time she does catch it inbounds. That was
Seemed to have run in the end zone
to be in. And they'll call it in. So that is 5-2. Walls will have the advantage.
Great continuation by Walls.
Really good point there.
Great defense from Wilson on that point. Need to be back there on that deep cut, but those are tough to carry. School Without Walls will be pulling it again at this point.
It'll seemingly be an all-new line for Wilson. That was a relatively long point, not by tonight's standards, but by ultimate standards. Quite a long point.
Good to have a refresh on that line, but Walls doesn't quite have enough players to have a full refresh on the line, so maybe Wilson
That is true.
can come out of here with new stamina and new ability that can overtake Walls. Pull's about to go down. Or up, more accurately. That pull's going to land out of bounds, which is something I don't think we've seen yet.
No, not at all.
But about a little bit short actually as well compared to tonight's pulls by both teams. Since it landed out of bounds, that will allow Wilson to bring it to the middle of the field, which is very good to fight the force. Great defensive block by Walls there.
Walls with the disc on their own side of the field. Great cut.
Great cut.
Shakes her defender. Fortunately, the throw is a tad bit low.
A little bit choppy with that throw there. Coach starting off with the disc. Looking for cuts that are not quite coming to fruition. Signaling for that upline reset. Great catch.
Good job from Juliet there.
Open cut from Delaney. Oh, couldn't quite get
She'll
it.
look to get defense here. Got to make sure no one runs deep again. They like to do that a lot. And it's up. Juliet looks to play defense, and it's short.
A little bit short.
And that should actually roll and get a few extra yards. Smartly looks to stop it.
Some barks from a dog.
Disc is in. Wilson has to cut.
Looking for the cuts.
But
Great cut.
when that cut does
Open.
come, it's
Great
very
throw.
open.
Great catch.
And great catch. Extend those arms over the head. Get all the height that she can.
Still not a ton of cuts coming from Wilson.
Looks to reset it.
For the reset. Oh, it's a little bit high. Anyone's game.
Oh,
nice catch.
great
Let's go.
catch.
Looking again for the reset.
I think a foul was called,
Foul.
maybe a pick as well. In Frisbee, a pick is when two players, doesn't matter if they're on the same team, when they run into each other. The play will be stopped and it will return to where the disc was when the pick happened. However, I think this was a foul.
Yeah. The disc went to a Walls player there, which is a little bit confusing, although I think Wilson still has possession of the disc. Oh, no, they don't. So I guess it was an uncontested.
Yeah, looks like an uncontested foul there. Turnover for Wilson. Walls will tap it in.
Setting up on that defense up line cut from the reset there.
Shakes her defender.
Wow.
Throws a little bit too high.
Big throw there, but not big enough cut.
Number 16 has had some gargantuan throws tonight.
Yes.
Really got him over the defender. However, a few of them have tailed out of bounds. So look to cut. That was actually, okay, let me walk you through that. Margot signaled for Delaney to cut on the break side. That is the side that is... Okay, folks, sorry to cut myself off, but that was a great point from Walls. Actually caught it between the legs there, it seems like. Really great cut.
Impressive catch.
Wilson goes down 7-2, I believe.
I'm gonna walk through that play from Wilson there because that was quite a good.
I'll walk that through again. So Margot saw nothing open on her original side, the 4 side. So she signals for her cutter Delaney to cut to the break side. You know, that is not very common, that for the handler to be signaling that, but it works amazing because it leaves her wide open. Her defender is not expecting that at all.
Yes, those break side throws are really tough for the handlers though because they do have to get past their marks, which are easy to block, although the throw was good, just the catch was not there, unfortunately. And the cut was great too as well.
Correction, the score is 6-2. My apologies.
As we're waiting for this poll to go up, I'll give another weather update. The temperature has dropped to a frosty 72 degrees.
Oh, chilly.
The wind has increased back up to 5 miles per hour. Wind is a massive part of Ultimate as those throws can get thrown off by high winds, although 5 miles per hour should not impact the game too much. And humidity has actually increased again to 70%. Has gone up by 2% since the beginning of the game. Wells will be pulling yet again, putting themselves on defense. Wilson has been signaling that they're ready for the disc.
Yeah, that does. Now you might be confused by the raising of the hands. That means they're ready for the pull to go off.
Both teams seem to be ready.
Seems to be ready.
Offsides pull there, although I should not be commentating on that. About a 40-yard pull yet again.
Very consistent with those pulls.
Yeah, always landing around the 40-yard line,
40-yard line, 35, give or take. Great cut.
Great catch.
Oh, and Liberty looks to continue it. She has beat by a mile. Unfortunately, just a little too far away. If that throw could have had a little more air under it, she could have possibly ran to it. I know Liberty is very fast. They'll look to get it back on defense.
Liberty
get it back on defense, they will.
Liberty with
this
a
falls to
fantastic
the ground.
cut there, honestly. Just the throw was not quite there.
Very good cut. Good recognition. Not a cut you normally see.
Yes.
But cuts up the field instinctually and very well executed. Just couldn't finish it.
There's a good understanding of the game. Nice catch again by Liberty. Nice throw.
I like it. I like what I see from this handling duo. Seems to be resetting it early and often.
Yes.
Just like they are taught. And we have another deep cut, except the throw seems to be a little bit short. Liberty picks up the disc. Cutters downfield.
Liberty and Lily are...
Shan looks to set the stack, number 4 on your screen. Liberty sees nothing open. Signals upline to Lily.
Great upline.
That is why she's the captain after all. Really showed her stuff.
Another upline cut from the reset, although a great fill by Shan.
That was
another
pretty
upline
nice.
cut. Didn't quite see that cut there.
Tad bit over her head.
Lily and Liberty have been cooking it up as handlers here in this point. Really showing what the team can do.
Josh, explain to us what a handler is versus a cutter.
Well, as you see, a handler is the one that usually is a thrower of the disc, looking for open cutters downfield, while the cutters are the one looking to get open into space and get the disc in their hands.
Resetting is
Perfectly
also
said.
resetting is also an incredibly crucial part of being a handler, making sure that reset sequence, throwing back and forth to each other, is on par, so those stall counts don't get quite too high. If the stall count gets to 10 by the defender, there will be a turnover.
Oh,
wow.
Filthy!
Filthy putts by Lily. Great throw.
She'll look to run under it.
That could be a point.
Will
We're
they
gonna call that in. They're gonna call that in.
They will. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Best point of the night.
Best point of the night by far.
Starts with an amazing cut from Lily. She did a double move. She starts going down the field, looking to get her defender off on her toes. Then cuts up the field with feet of separation, catches it, and that is the perfect time for a throw down the field. And that she did. She threw it down the field perfectly, right in the end zone. Had the perfect amount of air on it. That's just what you want to see from Wilson, getting back into this game.
Exactly what Wilson needed to get back into this game. Down 6-2, now 6-3. A little confidence boost for the Wilson Tigers.
Yes, definitely.
The handling really made that point there. Just handling completely on par. Great looks, up line, great fills. All of that was just crucial to the play.
Score now appears to be 6-3. Really good opportunity for Wilson to gain momentum. Let me tell you about that a little. Wilson needs that momentum right now because Ultimate is all about that. When you are coming back and you score that 1 point, it's really just a good boost of confidence. And the sideline feels it. You can see they have more energy, and this is definitely a good time for Wilson to put 2, maybe 3 points up on the board and get right back into it.
Since Wilson just scored that point, now they will be putting themselves on defense. First point of the half for Wilson, bringing the score to
6-3. Scores 6-3 Walls. As Wilson will be playing the Walls. Walls looking to capitalize, bring the score to 7-3. And we will see what they'll be able to do. As it looks like Margaret will be pulling the disc. Wilson looking to get a nice defensive play, lead into some good offense, and hopefully score a point.
Seems like Margaret will be playing the disc. Raises it up in the air to make sure the other team is ready. They don't seem to be yet. We talked about those defensive game plans, but those offensive game plans are just as important. And they now appear to be ready, so Margaret will pull it, and it's a great one.
quite a clean pull there from Margaret. Gonna roll right to the 41 and a half.
I call it more of a hop, Gabe.
Hop.
Equally as effective.
This is true.
And the disc is in, and they'll look to
Immediate throw.
immediately start it off.
Oh!
That is the same person that they have been putting on those deep cuts every time.
They seem to have
From
a system
Walls.
there. Maybe Wilson can go forward predicting those upline cuts.
However, Nava was close enough where she was able to influence that play and really intimidate that player.
Absolutely. Oh.
Great cut from Rigby, great throw from Margaret. Just off the fingertips. You know, with that humidity climbing up there, the hands can get a little sweaty.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Another deep throw. They love those deep throws. And it's in. Point for Walls.
Point for Walls.
Really overall good defense from Wilson. However, those deep throws have really been hurting them tonight.
Defense is typically considered harder than offense in Ultimate Frisbee, as in multiple sports. So it's going to be difficult here for Wilson, although they are starting on offense now at this point. Hopefully starting off with the advantage.
Wilson with some cheers of encouragement for their fellow teammates. Really looking to get that momentum back, seize it from Walls.
Wilson most likely repeating their mantra of 0-0. The score is 0-0. Every point is a new point, so that players do not lose courage or get too cocky going into these points. They'll likely be repeating themselves to themselves on the sideline and on the field tonight.
Score is currently 7-3 Walls, as there are around 30 minutes left in this game. Wilson looking to capitalize on offense here, as Walls will be pulling the disc, and you can score some quick points to get back into this game.
Yeah, like Josh said, Wilson will look to make a run here to seal that gap.
So far, great play from both teams. Walls has had a lot of nice deep throws, capitalizing on those as well. Great play.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It seems as if Walls has been using those deep throws more, while Wilson has more relied on the shorter throws, the movement, but they're equally as effective.
Wilson can go into this point predicting those deep throws from Walls. Energy seems to be on the field there getting yelled at. If Wilson can predict those deep throws, it can be useful for the flow of this game in favor of Wilson.
I hear a murmur of Wilson planning a possible cheer. We'll see if they execute it. Let's listen in. No cheer, unfortunately. We'll look to get it next point.
We do have some cheers from the dog here.
Margaret seems to be open. Good throw. Oh, a little bit out of reach. She really elevated up there as high as she could.
Great looks by Wilson though. Short, quick throws. That's what they need to get back into this game.
Definitely. Wilson will look to make an impact on defense now. No one's open right now. Very short pass. Actually loses a yard. Just what Wilson needs. Great defense by Juliet. Great defense by Juliet as well.
Great reset by Walls.
It's really a dual effort. The person on the mark and the person on the reset. That's great defense by Nava, knocking it down to the ground. Not the intended target. However, she recognized that the disc was in the air and ran over and made a play on it. And she looks for it. Great throw. It's perfectly placed. Oh, that's an absolute. That's first class right there. A first class throw from Margot. That is why she is one of the two captains on this team.
Margot willing this team back into it. Currently 7-4 Walls.
That seemed to just have a gust of air under it. However, it was all touched by Margot. perfectly floated over the defender's head.
Great cut there too into the end zone.
Yes, definitely.
Showing why she is a top handler on this Wilson girls team.
That is just what they needed. Close the gap to within 3.
The game seems to have ended there.
Oh.
They high five together.
Well, I'm assuming, folks, the cap was 9 o'clock, but great way to end it for Wilson. Have a bunch of things to talk about coming into their next tournament, which I believe would be this Saturday. But a great way to end it, great momentum for their next coming games.
Overall, just a great game. Both teams played amazing defense to start off the game. We had 2 very long points, equaling about a total of 35-40 minutes. Both teams showed why they were here, and Walls ultimately comes out with the win.
Walls does come out with the win. However, I think Wilson's game was characterized by ferocious defense. It was really all effort there. It's effort and planning. It wasn't pure athleticism. It wasn't pure speed. It was the fact that they were in the right spot at the right time, and then they were able to get those Ds when they really needed them.
Absolutely, that defense was completely great today in this game, as well as the handling. I thought was very, very solid from the handlers here on the Wilson team. Some great resets, some great upline cuts. Really, just overall good handling.
Great handling. Also, good awareness by Wilson. Even when the discs were in the air, not at their intended target, Wilson was able to come over both on offense and defense and really make an effort to get those down the ground.
Both Walls and Wilson somewhat had different offensive game styles. Walls really went for those deep, long throws, able to capitalize on most of them, I would say, while Wilson went for a more short throw approach, quick short throws to get into the end zone.
All right, folks, thank you so much for watching. It was really a great time to be here commentating this game. Not the result Wilson was looking for. Final score will be 7-4. However, plenty of games left in the season. Ultimate is a full season sport, so they have fall, winter, and spring to make an impact. And yeah, with that, remember to like and subscribe, and thank you for watching. Have a great night.